So I didn't intend to create another video like this after the last one in Marrakesh, but I had another incident where Hitman had its own failures again. And like before, it's nothing to do with the actual gameplay, just a glitch in the game. Up until the end, this will be a walkthrough of level 5 of the Wetzel determination, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if it's Wetzel. And what I've brought with me is a hammer for easy melee takedowns. I've bought fibre wire for taking down the female target, and I have bought mixtape 47 stored in the mansion pantry to lure Max Decker. Now, whilst it isn't completely necessary, during my run-throughs I decided to take down the model and the palace staff member just outside the room here. The reason being, both of them tended to catch me later on, so I wanted to make sure that both were out of sight and out of mind. So she wanders in, he'll follow in that room in a moment, and they're pretty easy to take down. She can sometimes be a bit fiddly, she might have a bit of suspicion if you're in the room too quick, but in the end she's easy to take down. By now he's already cleaning up the mess, so just nip in there and knock him out. Don't forget to close the door, and then it's just a case of using the hammer and we can store him in the wardrobe. Now, the first target I'm taking down is Gwen Dawson, and to do that I need to take out a security guard just outside here. So going through the door, going to the left, once I work out which way I'm going, I seem to be all over the place here, and then I'm going to shut these doors. That way it's only the security guard in this hallway. Once I'm behind him, just pacify him, and then we're going to take him into the wardrobe in the left room where the palace staff is. The reason for dragging the security guard further away is so that we don't end up having to drag the target a much further distance when models will be passing by. And so you have to keep your eye on the minimap when you're taking these pacified or killed targets through, because you can get spotted so easily by a model just passing by the runway. From here I'm going to take the security guard disguise and I'm going to lure the target in. Now, unlike most targets, a lure isn't a case of using a coin, it's just a simple case of opening the door, stepping outside, and she'll walk in of her own accord. While she's making her way inside, I'm going to step over here and just start a conversation between these two. That's to help the second target, Max Decker. So she's now walking inside, and once she's past the doorway, I'm going to shut the doors. Now, just to equip the fibre wire, and she's an easy takedown. Now, the main problem is just getting her into the right-hand bathroom. It isn't that difficult considering there's less people in this corridor, but you do have to watch out for the models by this time because they will have started moving. As you can see, there's one just about there, but I can get in the bathroom without being spotted. So from here, we dump the body. Now, can anyone spot the problem that's occurred? No objectives have completed. You'll have probably heard the music confirming a kill, but no objective popped up on the screen. So already I knew something had gone wrong. At this point I'm just doing a run through. I'm practicing for when I restart the console and I'm ready to retry it. So carrying on just with the rest of the escalation as normal, I shoot out the cameras to avoid one of the further complications with extra security. I grabbed the mixtape that I stored here, although as it turned out I didn't really need to store it, I could have just left a hammer behind. And I'm heading outside. Now, the aim here is I want to get Max Decker into this corridor I'm just about to walk into. From there I'll use a fire extinguisher to blow him up. Now, while I'm sure there are more creative ways of doing it, I took the safe approach, which is when I go through here and I open the door with the palace master key I picked up by the mixtape, and I shoot a car along to lure away a security guard. Doing that means that I can then subdue him, and Max Decker is a prime lure target. That way I will be able to lure him down to that corridor. So I shoot the car, the security guard's looking to check it out. So what I need to do from here is take him out completely. So go and wait until he's investigated the car alarm. That'll take about 10-15 seconds from here. And then once he's happy that nothing's going on, we're going to throw the audio distraction device down the stairs on the left, and we're going to activate it. He'll go to investigate it, and then we just knock him out with either a hammer, or in my later playthrough I just use a melee takedown. I will admit that I did find it more difficult to take down both the security guard and Max Decker without the hammer, purely because the melee takedown is so buggy if you aren't at the right angle. So I would advise bringing some form of melee weapon if you've got it. If you haven't, I'd have a look around the palace before you get to this point, because it's really difficult without. It creates a bit of risk that you're going to get caught, so just choose your options carefully. Whilst I'm hiding this body, I should have actually left it for a few moments and started the conversation between Decker and Victor Novikov on the phone. Because I didn't, that delays the entire takedown by about a minute or so, just while he's talking to Novikov and explaining it to his bodyguard. For some reason, even though I knew I'd got time while he was doing that, I decided to stall again and drop the mixtape, so all I had to do here was wait while he had his conversation.
Mr. Novikov, Decker here. I'm at the show. Well, we could hardly predict a pile-up on the freeway, could we? So you have a spot in mind, or...?
At this point I thought I'd decide to go back inside and get ready to shoot the car alarm. Although, once again, I decided to take my time. In fairness, there was no rush because of all the time I'd wasted. So I was going to shoot the black car again, and I just needed to wait for Decker to finish conversation with the bodyguard. So inside I go. Take a little bit of cover because again you don't want to be spotted shooting it, it's not the best thing to do. Just open the doors again and shoot the car. To be honest, what really irritates me about this level, and from level 3 to be honest, is the hiding the bodies complication. It isn't bad necessarily, but the escalation itself was quite enjoyable up to that point. You got to accident kill Decker and you could just kill the other target whichever way you liked. And it was quite fun because you could electrocute Decker and you could just take the other target down with poison or however you decided. Instead, you had to find ways to hide Decker, and it did prove complicated, especially if you didn't time your fire extinguisher kills correctly. If you decided to shoot it in the wrong position, the fire extinguisher would blow him up into the air and he'd land on a table. So, yeah, it wasn't ideal. Back to this level though, and I've activated the mixtape, so Decker's going down, and I found in my later walkthrough that he does return upstairs if you don't knock him out now. So that's what I did, and I dragged him downstairs, picking the mixtape up as I went. It's best to drag Decker as far inside as you can, close to the crate, because otherwise it's just a bigger risk when you're trying to get to the exit. Drag him as close as you can to the crate, leave the fire extinguisher nearby and shoot it. If you want, you can leave him just leave him nearby, do the same with the fire extinguisher and then drag him, but you're just risking security guards or bodyguards coming and investigating. Personally, I rather just blowing him up nearby. So shoot the fire extinguisher, he blows up into the air, drag him to the crate and you can exit. Or that's what you should be able to do. As you can tell again, no music change, no objectives popping up. So what can I do?
There you are.
All I can do is just look at the camera and say, if you like this video, give it a like. If you enjoyed my channel, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again in another video. Hopefully not one like this though.